Good morning students. Today we discuss about the topic Kingdom Animalia. Okay. We know that plants they can prepare their food with the help of photosynthesis process. But animals they can't prepare their own food. So they are heterotrophs. What are they? Heterotrophs. Means they depend on for food, they depend on plants. Okay. Here not only these animals they are singular cellular and multicellular. Okay. And later they are developed into tissues. Okay. In the animals tissues are formed, tissues to group of cells are called tissues. Okay. Tissues they formed as organs and they are later developed as organ systems. Okay. Here we can see in these characters in the animals. Now the animals they move from one place to another place in search of food. Okay. Means they contain movement, locomotion. They move from one place to another place for the in search of food. Okay. Here in the animals some different cells are developed. What are they? The different cells are nerve cells, muscular cells, and sensory cells. We can see these cells in the animals. Okay. Here the animals they reproduce. They reproduce by the asexually and sexually. Reproduction is sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Okay. Now here about the kingdom Animalia, classification of kingdom Animalia. That is that kingdom is based on the tissues, based on the cells. They are divided into two subkingdoms. What are they? These parazoa and eumetazoa are the subkingdoms. In this parazoa, they are multicellular. They are multicellular, but here the tissue formation is not there. Okay. Example, phylum Porifera. Okay. Porifera sponges. In these sponges, in this Porifera phylum, tissue they are multicellular, but they does not contain any tissue formation. In the eumetazoa, they are multicellular and the tissue formation is there. Okay. And next this eumetazoa is divided into two divisions. Okay. What are they? Radiata and bilateria. Radiata are a diploblast, means here they contain two layers, and bilateria are triploblast, means here they contain three germ layers. Here two germ layers they are ectoderm and endoderm. Here bilateria they contain triploblast, ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Okay. And next these bilateria again divided into two subdivisions. They are protostomia and deuterostomia. Protostomia, proto means first. What is that? Proto means first. Stomia means mouth. Means here the blastopore when the zygote is formed later, that is after cleavages, the blastopore is formed. That blastopore first is developed into mouth, then that is the protostomia. If the in deuterostomia, that blastopore is developed into anus, then it is called as deuterostomia. Okay, here the protostomia again divided into three. They are acylometa, pseudocoelometa and schizocilometa. Acylometa, A means absent of coelom. What is coelom? Coelom means body cavity, which is between the visceral organs and the body layer, inner body layer, that is the body coelom or body cavity. In the acylometa, the coelom is absent. Example, platyhelminths means they are flat worms, they does not contain any coelom. Next, pseudocoelometa. Pseudocoelometa means that is the not real false coelom is present. Why? Because here they does not contain no mesoderm layer around it. So that is the pseudocoelometa. Example, nematoda, that are round worms. And next, schizocilometa. Here the layers are splitting into, mesoderm is splitting. That example, Annelida, Arthropoda and Mollusca. Okay. Next, in deuterostomia, that is enterocoelometa. Enterocoelometa means that mesoderm is split into pouches. Okay, split into pouches. Example, we can see this in the echinodermata, hemichordata and chordata. Okay, this is about the classification of animal kingdom. Okay, animal kingdom is divided into two, parazoa and eumetazoa. Here in the parazoa, they are multicellular but no tissue formation is there. Example, phylum Porifera, sponges. Next, in eumetazoa, tissue formation is there. That is again divided into two, radiata and bilateria. Radiata or diploblast, they contain two layers, ectoderm and endoderm. And next, in here in this radiata, Cnidaria and Ctenophora. Cnidaria example, Hydra. Okay. Next, Ctenophora. In this bilateria, that are divided into protostomia and deuterostomia. Protostomia means the blastopore is developed into mouth, that is the protostomia. That again divided into acylometa, pseudocoelometa and schizocilometa. Acylometa means no coelom is present, like platyhelminths, flatworms. And pseudocoelometa, here they does not contain any mesoderm layer, so they are roundworms, that is the pseudocoelomates. And next, schizocilometa means splitting of mesoderm, that is we can see that in the Annelida, Arthropoda and Mollusca. And next, in deuterostomia means that blastopore is developed into anus, that is the deuterostomia. That are enterocoelometa. Here the mesoderm is developed into pouches or kentrons. Okay. In this echinodermata, hemichordata and chordata, we can see that in this enterocoelomata. Next, we discuss about the topic biodiversity. What is biodiversity? Biodiversity means if we take one place, in that place various kinds of animals are present. They may be in different in sizes and their behavior and their feeding habits, they are different, but they all live together in one place. That is called as a biodiversity. Okay, here the Edward Wilson, the scientist Edward Wilson, he described about the biodiversity. He first used the term biodiversity. Okay, here the biodiversity is there are three types. Means based upon their characters, they are divided into three. They are genetic, genetic diversity and species diversity and ecological diversity. Means here in the genetic diversity, here the genes are different in that, then that is the genetic diversity. Example, mango and rice, they are very different types of rice crops and mangoes are there. In that genetic differences are more. Okay, and next we can take the example of Rauwolfia. It is the medicinal plant. It contain in Himalayas plant that contain more genetic values, means that contain more medicinal values in that. Here means in the genetic diversity, the genetic values are different in them. In various regions they contain different genetic values. And next is species diversity. Here the species are different. Here we can take the example of amphibians. Amphibians in the Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats, they are different. They may be same species, but in that regions they are different. And next, ecological. In the ecological, they may live in deserts, on lands or in grasslands. They may be different, but their ecological values are different. Okay. Now, here the importance of species in the ecosystem. Why it is important? Because the Paul Ehrlich, the scientist, described about the importance of species. Here he proposed one hypothesis. What is that? Rivet popper. Means how he explained, if we take one aeroplane, example, he took the example of aeroplane. If we take the ecosystem as the aeroplane, he take the example ecosystem as aeroplane. If we remove one, rivet means their parts. Here in the ecosystem, the part is a species. Means so many species they formed as a ecosystem. So many rivets or parts they form the aeroplane. Here if we remove one part, the aeroplane will crash. If species is damaged, the whole ecosystem will be damaged. Here if we remove the seat or other small parts, they does not affect the aeroplane, but we remove the wings of the aeroplane, then the aeroplane will crash. So here how these wings or rivets are important for aeroplane, like that here species are very important for the ecosystem. If we damage the species, then whole ecosystem will be damaged. Now we discuss about the topic, if ecosystem is damaged, what are the reasons? If ecosystem is damaged by some reasons, what are they? Some reasons here, they contain 4 main reasons. So they are evil quoted, that is called evil quoted. Evil means bad. If we do bad to the ecosystem will damage. Here first one is habitat loss or fragmentation. Fragmentation means divided into pieces. If we cut the trees, if in that area deforestation is there, the ecosystem will damage. And if we construct the buildings and roads, in that place the ecosystem will damage. And next, over exploitation means if we overly used that particular places or particular animals, that is also cause the extinction of that animals. That is the cause the damage of ecosystem. And next, invasion of alien species means here if we introduce the different species in that place, that is also cause the reason for the damage of ecosystem. And next, co-extinction. Co-extinction means some plants, some animals, they depend on plants, like parasites, they depend on plants. So if the plant is damaged, the animals also damaged. Means here co-extinction means both the plant and animals both are extincted. So these reasons are for the ecosystem damage.